again to another stream of me reading My Hero Academia fanfiction. Now let me just check everything's good. Everything's good, everything's fine. I think so. And I'm hoping that my computer won't crash today. Let's pray. Okay, so as you may know, or you may not know, I've been doing this fanfiction, reaction, AudioFanfic, AudioPod, however you like to name it. And we are on our third story. So let's continue. Let me just pause this thing and review. We are on the Heartbreaker one from 𝐇𝐄𝐀𝐓𝐁𝐑𝐄𝐀 on Wattpad. Then let me remember. In this story, there is a system. It looks like we're not reborn because we arrive at our blah, 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 blah. Exactly. We arrive at My Hero Academia with no memories, with no idea of who we are. We don't know the story, but they look familiar. And there is a system that, yep, has his personality. But let's not say anything more. Let's continue as always. The name of the character is Reader. For us is Athena King because yes. Anyways, let's continue. Chan chan chan. Chapter 3. Heterochromatic by Starflame X. Please consider leaving the boat. Let's vote. And let's continue. Daily task. Do 100 push-ups. This again? You sighed. Are all my daily tasks going to be related to training my body? Won't I ever get tasks like, I don't know, buying a cup of coffee or something? That wouldn't be much of a task, would it? And 100 push-ups is definitely manageable. You don't have to do them all in one sitting, just within a 24-hour period. For the most part, your daily task will consist on strengthening your body. This is beneficial to you, anyhow. You'll need to train your body if you want the skill points to actually pay off. I still don't really get why I need to do this, though. I'm not trying to become a professional athlete or anything. Am I? You ask warily. No, not an athlete, but you are going to have to become a hero. Oh, okay. You took a bite of your sandwich, nearly choking in the process. Wait, what? Even though the system can talk, you're starting to get a better of a pinpointing how they feel about you. And right now, they're probably annoyed. It's a good thing. It's the best way to be closest to your targets. Most of them want to become heroes as well, so this will provide you with more opportunities to be around them. Besides, you seem to like the idea of heroes. They are people that save others. What's the issue? Oh man. You chug a glass of water, then pause to take it in a gulp of air. There's a difference between admiring a person and wanting to be like that person. You splutter. Don't these heroes actively risk their lives? I'm really not sure I'm cut off for something like that. And you said that earning skill points will make me stronger, but there still wouldn't be any drastic changes at the beginning. With the way I'm right now, there's no way I'm strong enough. You'll get stronger. That's exactly why you're training. You should probably pick up a few weapons eventually. But I thought I'd give you some time to settle into everything before unloading all of that on you. There's no need to freak out. You have plenty of time to become a hero. It's not the sort of thing that'll happen overnight, and there's still a long way to go before UA's entrance exam. UA? You blink. What's that supposed to be? The most prestigious hero school there is. Even All Might, the strongest hero in the world, studied there. You're bound to meet plenty of aspiring young heroes once you get there, but like I said, it's not going to happen right away, so don't stress yourself over it. You lower your gaze to the ground. Even so, I don't know about I don't know about this. Izuku was saying that he idolizes heroes because they're so brave while rescuing people from disasters or fending with villains. It sounds like the kind of job where you have to put your life on the line. If I'm not strong enough, I could actually die. It's a scary thought. The house is eerily quiet, even more so because it's completely empty. Finally, the system chimes in again. It's not like you have a choice. Oh my god. that's that's a way. The gradient of the projection makes goosebumps rise to your skin. You've never realized that it was possible for someone, or something actually, to be intimidating without even voicing a single word. You know exactly what they're getting at. If you don't do as they are told, you're going back inside that lifeless void again. I'm sorry, you mumble hoarsely. You hate this. How are you supposed to live your life while being threatened every other moment? Are you really not allowed to have any will of your own? This is making you lose your mind. Don't be afraid. Like I said, I have no reasons to hurt you. All you need is to follow a few of my requests, and everything will be fine. You'll enjoy being a hero. It's a good thing, I promise. They're trying to pacify you, but failing horribly. Don't be afraid, they keep on saying. It's apparently become their favorite catchphrase. Well, of course you're afraid. You have no knowledge of yourself apart from your name, no relatives or longtime friends to turn to, and supposedly the only way you can retain your memories is to go along with everything the system dictates. For now, you truly are helpless. But perhaps there's a way to break free of the system. Naturally, you haven't the slightest clue how at this point in time, but if you're smart about it, you might be able to get them to let their guard down, and then maybe you can finally turn the tables in your favor. For now, you're just going to have to be patient, act like a docile little puppy, and go along with their request. It could possibly be worse, you try to reason. After all, they could be using you to go around hurting innocent people or other crazy stuff. So yeah, at least things aren't that bad. Penny for your thoughts. I'm fine, you recite robotically. You doubt you're being very convincing, but you honestly couldn't care less. They can't seriously expect you to be thrilled about being at their complete and utter mercy. Hmm, alright. You weren't saying anything, so I was curious. You're obviously entitled to your privacy, just as long as you don't forget what your goals are. Now, then, are you going to tackle your daily task, or focus on something else first? You roll up your sleeves. I'll get started on the push-ups and see how many I can get through. Once I'm done, I'll take a trip to wherever the nearest mall is. I really need some new clothes. And a phone, so that I can stay in touch with Izuku. That sounds like a solid plan. Good luck. You don't respond. Instead, you focus on pushing down on your arms and slowly lowering your body parallel to the ground. 1. You count out loud, furrowing your brows in concentration. You glance at the projection screen that's tracking your progress. Daily task, 100 push-ups remaining. Ah, come on! You exclaim. What's wrong with the one I just did? Am I expected to have a perfect form or something? Ugh. You try doing another push-up, and, and to your immense display, the number of the screen still doesn't dip under 100. Lower yourself all the way. Come on, put some muscle to it. Let's see a real push-up. You audibly groan. I'm going to be here all day at this rate. A few moments later. One excruciating and needlessly long push-up session later, plus another shower and laundry cycle because you aren't about to turn up in the mall all stinky, you're finally shopping for the essentials. New clothes, an extensive list of hygienic of hygienic supplies since your house is practically empty. And last but certainly not least, a phone. You have tons of stuff to get through, so it's probably a good thing you've gotten to your tedious daily tasks out of the way first, even though your arms are unbelievably sore now. You decide to tackle the clothes first. Between picking them out and trying them on, they'll probably be the most time-consuming. It's kind of the fun doing something as simple as this, though. Ever since you awoke without any single memory, your life has been anything but normal. For a little while, it's nice to at least pretend like everything is fine. Those look good. They suit you. Even though it's a compliment, all it does is to make you scold. Just like that, the illusion has been shattered. You aren't normal, no matter how badly you want it to be. After buying everything you picked out, you move into the next stage of your errands. This one doesn't take all that long since it's mostly small things like extra body wash and shampoo, a few spare toothbrushes, floss, and so on. You're rapidly checking items off of your list, and it feels pretty good getting things done. Plus, your house won't look quite as empty once you bring all this stuff in. As far as stuff like furniture, the system has reassured you that you will gradually be able to craft it yourself, which will certainly save you the trouble of hiring a moving company to ship everything and assemble it. Plus, you're a teenager living on your own. That definitely raised some eyebrows. You're lugging shopping bags along on the way to the electronics store when you randomly hear another ping. Wait, don't go by your phone yet. There's another target nearby. This is perfect timing. Pretend to bump into him an accident and use that to strike up a conversation. What in the show you anime trope is this? Fine, you sighed, realizing they won't let you refuse. Where is he? Just up ahead, push through the crowds and you'll see it eventually. He has red and white hair, plus heterochromia, a rare condition that gives someone two differently colored eyes. There's no way you'll miss him. It turns out that they're right, and you spot him in no time flat. That being said, you aren't sure how just to make it the meeting happen. Izuka's case was different, since you helped him while he was in trouble, but if your first meeting with Katsuki is any indication, most people don't like to be accosted out of nowhere by a total stranger. The system can't tell you that you're hesitant. Just do it. The more opportunities you create for yourself, the better. Well then, here goes nothing. You keep your eye on the guy you're meant to approach. All you can see is the back of his head. But all of the people in front of you, he's the only one with such a distinct hairstyle. Red and white, but not a blend-in, as in, half of his head is red and the other half is fully white. He's facing away from you, so you can see his eyes, but the system has yet to correct you, so he has to be the right person. Once you're sufficiently close to him, you take a deep breath to prepare yourself for the embarrassment you will soon face. Oh no! You wailed out, making a terribly exaggerated show of tripping and colliding against his back, whereupon you crumble to the ground and spill your belongings in the process. A lot of people are already staring. They don't look too worried though, probably because your acting is so bad. Naturally, the boy turns to see who just crashed into him, and there they are, two differently colored eyes. One is a warm gray, and the other is a striking shade of blue that veers towards turquoise. He also has a age-long scar, but it isn't your business to wonder about the story behind it. Either way, despite of his eyes being different colors, both of them are immeasurably cold. I'm sorry, you stammer. It isn't even an act. You are sorry that you have to put this stupid show just to appease the rotten system. His name is Todoroki Shoto, but be careful to not accidentally call him that, or he'll grow suspicious of you. Obviously, I may not have any memories, but I'm not a moron. Shoto stares down at your fallen frame. You're on your knees, clothes and various other supplies scattered around since they've fallen from your bags. Like the others, like the other onlookers, he doesn't look concerned in the slightest. Actually, his expression is a lot more passive than the rest of theirs. You swear his face hasn't moved a single muscle. You keep waiting for him to offer your help to pick up your things, but he does nothing of the sort. he's also he's also an introvert. What are you expecting to him? You should hurry up and get up, Shadow says instead. You're blocking the way for a lot of people. It's pretty crowded around here. Um, it's all you think you can reply. Okay, okay. Granted, he's under no obligation to do you any favors, but isn't the normal reaction to ask someone if they're alright after falling? At the very least, you weren't expecting such a blunt and disinterested response. You have to think quickly. If you don't find a way to make him stay, he's going to leave you in the dust. It'll go faster if you help me, You blurred. I mean, I spill a lot of my things. I would really appreciate the help. If you don't mind, that's it. Shoto doesn't look particularly annoyed, and you don't get any notifications about his love points dropping either. It just seems like he's honestly couldn't care less. That being said, he still crouches down and begins putting your things back in their respective bags. It's all happening so fast that you don't really have any opportunities to engage him in conversation. By the time you blink, all of your items are back where they belong. Shiro grabs you by the hand and pulls you up to your feet. Then, once again, prepares to leave. Wait! You called out again. God, you feel so pathetic. This poor guy. He probably wants to get on with his day, and you're practically holding him hostage here. I'm sorry, please don't hate me. I literally don't have any choice. You also don't have any plan. He seems utterly disinterested in everything and everyone, so what could you possibly say to coax him into staying? Was there something else? Shoto asked. He's definitely isn't angry, but just by the hints of frustration creeping onto his expression. It's subtle, but his brows is a bit furry now. You muster up a sheepish smile. Let me um treat you to something. As a thanks for helping me out. I also feel bad bumping into you like that. It must hurt. It's an incredibly weak excuse, but you really have nothing else to go off right now. As expected, Shoto is quick to refuse. I'm okay, he says, giving you a deadpan response as always. But I insist, you stammer, feeling your cheeks redden. The love points aren't still dropping, so at least he doesn't dislike you. Yet. He tilts his head to the side. Why? Because you helped me. All I did was pick up a few things. Anyone else could have done the same. Yeah, but they didn't. That's why I'm trying to thank you. And you seem like a nice person. You piled up. Now you'd officially enter the total bullshit territory, because if you're being honest, he's not exactly giving you the friendliest vibe. Shoto seems to think the same. I'm really not, he says bluntly. Well, at least he's self-aware. I usually have a pretty good read on people, you persist. At this point, you can tell that you're being rather pushy, but what choice do you have? For you, this is practically a matter of life or death. Being unable to move and trapped in that endless darkness and silence is a form of suffering you wouldn't wish upon anyone else. It eats away your mind and makes you lose all sense of reality. You don't want to go back there, but you hate having to harass people like this too. Basically, no matter what you do, it feels awful, which is just perfect. Shoto isn't saying anything, and you make up your mind that if he refuses your offer once more, you'll call it a day and just leave it as that. You'll just have to do your best to negotiate with the system so that they won't be so quick to punish you. But, to your immense surprise, Shoto decides to be merciful. Fine. He eventually shrugs. I really don't need anything from you, but if you want to repay me so badly, I'll go along with it. I don't have a lot of time to spare, though. It'll have to be quick. A grin is spread across your lips, and you honestly feel like you're about to cry tears of joy. Thank you, you gush. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Shoto frowns. Aren't you the one who was going to buy me something? Why are you thanking me for letting you spend your money on me? Right. Your reaction is definitely pretty weird, all things considered. I just really like meeting new people. You chuckle awkwardly. Maybe we could become friends or something? I have no intentions of making any friends. Oh no. Status update. Todoroki Shoto is thinking of something unpleasant. -10 love points. No! I even managed to get this far without making him upset. You're not sure what the system means by something unpleasant, though. It's strange that they're not telling you what specifically about your words Shiro has taken offense at. Normally, the updates tell you exactly what your target thinks of you at the moment. Not that it really matters. Either way, he doesn't seem too keen on you. You're right. You swallow. Sorry. I guess it's way too early to bring up friendship, but still, I like to maybe get you something like snack or a drink, and maybe we can start by introducing ourselves. I'm Athena, by the way. It's nice to meet you. He stares at you for a little while before letting a wary sigh. Todoroki Shoto. Alright, take me wherever you want to go, but like I said, I don't have a lot of time to waste. I'll give you a freebie. He really likes cold soba. If you take him to get some, it might raise his impression on you, or he might not care at all. It's kind of hard to tell with this guy. Even the system doesn't know. That's funny. Cold soba, huh? Well, you suppose it wouldn't hurt to at least try. So you head towards the food court in search of the noodles that could even very well save you. And luckily you find a place that sells them. How about over there? You point. Cold soba is really yummy. Would you like some? Or something different instead? For the first time since you meet, Shoto looks somewhat eager. Todoroki Shoto is excited to get to eat cold soba, plus 10 love points. Wow! At this point, it's as if the soba is his love interest instead of you. Oh well, for certain people the way to the heart is through their stomach, it seems. It seems. You quickly realize that Shoto has a bit of an endearing side to him. He looks very content while he eats. His expression is still neutral for the most part, but there's something slightly different about his overall demeanor. It's nice to see him enjoying his food, if nothing else. Do you like it? You ask hopefully. Shoto nods, while slurping up lots of noodles. Yeah, cold soba is the best. Awesome! I'm glad I picked well. You grin, even though I had a little help. It doesn't take long for Shoto to finish his meal, since he's completely focused on it. Then he sets down his chopsticks and turns towards you. You haven't finished yet, so your cheeks are fully stuffed as you glance over to him. Is something wrong? You barely manage to mumble. You see it then, for just a moment. It's a very subtle, but the corner of your shadow lips twitch a bit, as if he's about to smile. You shouldn't speak with your mouth full, he says. Take your time to swallow first. Todoroki Shoto is somewhat amused by how funny you look with your cheeks stuffed, plus 10 love points. You hit, you hit his suggestion and fully swallow your food. At least he's starting to take an interest in you. Somewhat, at least. Either way, you recover your lost points from earlier and have begun to make a tiny bit of progress. It's definitely better than nothing. After finishing up, you wipe your face with a napkin and smile. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too off-putting. Anyway, I appreciate you going along with me. I feel better now that I've had a chance to properly thank you. Should I risk it? I don't want to push him too far, but it'd be great if I could accomplish this one last thing. Would it be alright if I had your number? You finally work up the nerve to ask. Shoto looks confused. Why do you want my number? So that I can maybe see you again someday? You said you can't stay long today, so I was thinking it'd be nice if we could meet up another time. I really enjoyed my time with you, but if I'm being too pushy, don't hesitate to tell me. You add quickly. I'm guilty of being too eager sometimes. Another heavy silence falls upon you. Shoto is incredibly attractive, but he's quite dreadful conversation partner. You can't fully blame him though, considering you whisked him over here at random. Okay. Shoto shrugs. You can't believe what you're hearing. Okay, as in... I guess you can have my number. I'm not sure what you're expecting though. In case you haven't noticed, I'm not all interested to be around. He pauses to add a bit more gently. It's the first time anyone's been so insistent on getting my number. Most people keep me their distance from me once we exchange a few words. You're kind of weird. If being weird means that you get his number, then screw it. You're more than happy to be weird. Thank you, you beam, even clapping your hands a few times. I was right. You really are nice. If that's what you think. Shoto frowns. He seems remarkably unsure of himself for some reason. Why does he have such a hard time believing that he could be nice? Oh girl, tell me. There's stuff there going on. Some trauma. Status update. Todoroki Shoto isn't used to someone looking so happy around him. Plus 20 love points. Current progress 30 out of 100. The, that one gave me more points than the previous ones. It's a bit hard to tell because his expression is indifferent for the most part, but something about him seems really sad. It'd be nice if I could help him feel a bit better. One day, you'll like to see Shoto smile properly. You've just decided that will be one of your personal goals. You still haven't bought your phone, but like with Izuku, you write down Shoto's number on a piece of scrap paper and tuck it into your wallet for safekeeping. You promise Izuku that he will be the first person you added in your contact list though, so you make a mental note to add his number before inputting Shoto's. I need to go now, Shoto says. It isn't that much of a surprise since he told you from the start he wouldn't be staying long. Either way, you feel satisfied with what you accomplished. Before leaving, he stares at you for a little while. Thank you for the soba, is the last thing he says. You smile as you wave goodbye, up until he disappears into the crowds of people. Then your hand falls to your side. So, you seem to know quite a few things about these people I'm supposed to get close to. Couldn't you just tell me exactly what I should be saying? I feel like it'd be easier that way, no? I can offer a bit of assistance, but I'm not supposed to intervene too much. And even if I did, there's no guarantee that things would go as planned. I know a few facts here and there, but those facts would necessarily make any of them for you. It's all up to you how you act, the things you say and do, and the way you treat them. That's what will determine your feelings. No, the feelings they form from you. I don't know how to read. Hmm. You can't tell if they're lying. That's the worst part of all of this. Apart from being threatened, of course, not knowing what to believe. But perhaps it's better this way. You shouldn't be relying on the system. These are real people with real feelings. You don't want to treat them as objects meant to be won over. You'll do your best to forge meaningful connections with them, and in the process of doing so, you'll appease the system so that you can get your memories back. If you're going to do this, you're going to do it right. Oh, that's so cute. Bim. Chapter 4. Progressing Backwards. Chon 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 chon. The first thing you do once you get home from the mall is set your phone up and add your two new contacts. You have to admit that you're pretty excited about this whole thing. It isn't just because you're slowly making progress and keeping up with the system's demands. You don't have any single memory to your name, nor do you really have anyone to rely on. So it's quite a relief knowing that you aren't completely alone anymore. The goal is to get close to them and make them fall for you. And while you aren't super ecstatic about that, you certainly aren't opposed on making friends. Athena. Hey, Suku, it's me, Athena. I just got my new phone. How are you doing? Hizuku. Oh, hi, Athena. I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. What about you? Status update. Midoriya Izuku is excited to hear from you. Plus 10 love points. Current progress 10 out of 200. Huh. So it's possible to gain love points even when you aren't with them in person. You suppose it makes sense. There are so many different forms of communication that people can stay in touch pretty much wherever they want. Dina. I haven't been up to much. Just went shopping earlier for some other stuff I needed. What do you usually do for fun? Izuku. I'm not all that interesting. I just really love heroes, so I like to spend my free time watching interviews or live footage and taking notes for my hero analysis. I guess it's kind of lame that I don't have any other hobbies. Midoriya Izuku feels self-conscious. Minus 10 love points. What? A similar things happened to Shoto before, where his points dip because of how his mood soured. It seems that your relationship with people you're constantly fluctuating. Just like how people's emotions can change by the second, their thoughts and feelings can impact the dynamic you have with them. He probably worries I might judge him if he keep on bringing heroes up all the time. I should reassure him that it's not the case. I actually think it's cute how he likes them much. Athena. It's your life, so you should do whatever makes you happy. I don't think there's any such a thing as a bad hobby, as long as you're not disrespecting anyone or hurting them, of course. Plus, heroes do really great work, so I totally get where you're coming from. I'd love it if you told me more about your heroes, your notes on heroes. Even though I'm a fan, I'm definitely not as knowledgeable as you are. Izugu. You really think so? Almost everyone tells me it's a waste of time and that I'm just denial. You're so nice, Athena. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Midoriya Izuku feels much more confident now. Plus 30 love points. Current progress 30 out of 200. You giggle while staring at your phone. As much as it feels a bit unfair to be able to know their inner thoughts every now and then, you're always happy to know that your words are having a positive effect. From what you've seen, Izuku is a sweetheart. If you can help him build his confidence bit by bit, it's all the better. You ended up texting for more than an hour straight. As shy as Izuku is, once he starts rambling about a topic he has a lot of passion for, like heroes for an instance, he gets swept up by the excitement and just can't stop. You like it though, because it allows him to break out of his shells for a bit. He isn't boring at all, even if that's what he seems to think. By the end of it, you've amassed a few more points. Current progress 50 out of 200. He's making steady ground with him. He's really nice, so I feel comfortable keeping things paced up. We're already friends, but I wonder what the next rank is. I'll guess I'll just find out. Clearly, Izuku isn't going to be an issue. He's easy to get along with, and you have a really good feeling about him. By comparison, Shoto is a lot more difficult to decipher, but even he doesn't stress you out that much. The biggest problem so far is the rude piece of work Katsuki. You really have no idea how you mean to make him like you. He seems like the kind of guy who doesn't like anyone, just based on how quick he is to lose his temper. Unlike Izuku and Shoto, you also don't really want to get close to him. You can't imagine yourself getting along with someone so hateful and aggressive. Unfortunately, you don't have a choice, which makes the whole thing that much more infuriating. Well, no point on giving yourself a headache over it. You'll just have to cross that bridge when you're there. I've got Shadow's number too, so maybe I'll try texting him as well. Athena. Hi Shadow, it's Athena. We met at the mall earlier, remember? I'm just messaging you so that you can save my number. It takes a few... It takes a quite... Blah, blah, blah. What? It takes quite a while for you to receive a response. But eventually, your phone buzzes. Shadow. Okay. That's totally me. That's it? You were foolishly hoping that the conversation might unfold the way they had with Izuku. Athena. What do you have planned for the rest of the day? Scene. Ha! He left you on read. You throw your phone across the room. Oh my gosh. This couch looks terrible, you mutter, staring at the picture on the projection screen. The system replies with a mildly irritated ping. Beggars can't be choosers. You're still in the process of getting used to your abilities. It goes without saying that you won't be able to craft anything too complicated. Once you get better, I'll be able to provide you with more elaborate recipes. At the very least, you'll have something soft to sink into. You only have a single chair at the moment. It's true that your home is in this desperate need of furnishing, and admittedly quite handy to be able to grab objects as you please. You're just a beginner now, but you feel hopeful about the more complicated designs you'll have access in the future. The concept kind of sounds like those decorating-based video games that requires you grind for inordinate amounts of time. Grab suspicious-looking couch? Yes. The name worries me, you sighed. It definitely looks worse for wear, but as long as it's comfortable, I guess it get the job done. After confirming your selection, the couch appears right next to where you've been standing. Just like the last time, You're seized by an extreme exhaustion, but you just barely manage to push the couch all the way against the wall and slump into its cushions. So, how does it feel? Not bad, you admit, but after glancing around the room, you let out a bitter chuckle. My house definitely isn't ready to entertain any guests, that much is for sure. Actually, will I be able to have my friends over? Won't they find it suspicious that I live all alone? You could always tell them that your parents are out on a business trip or something. It should it shouldn't be too big of a deal. As long as none of other authority finds out of your situation, the then odds are that you'll be fine. And what if someone like that does find out? Mm, then you might be screwed. But let's not worry about things until we have to. That's crazy. It sounds like they don't have much of a plan. But quite frankly, you can't be bothered to think that far ahead either. You're just going to take things slow, day by day. If you do that, then you're sure everything will be alright. Whether you're trying to remain optimistic or just plain lying to yourself, you really can't tell. Eventually, day gives way to night, and you thankfully have some pajamas to sleep in now. Still no bed, just quite yet, but the photo is good enough for the time being. You finish up your bedtime preparations, then sleep on under the covers. It doesn't take long for you to fall asleep. The next morning, you're greeted pretty much the same way as always. Daily task: do 50 chin-ups. Lord have mercy, you groan. Chins up are more harder than push-ups. I'm going to be a bodybuilder by the end of this. I think you're giving yourself too much credit. Douchebag. You whip yourself up a quick breakfast with the few ingredients you have on hand. Then change into gym clothes you bought at the mall the other day. Better to get your daily task over as soon as possible. You don't need the system nagging you relentlessly. By the way, shouldn't I be in school? You can't help but ask. I'm a teenager, and it's not even summer break or anything right now. That's a good point. I'm actually in the middle of forging some paperwork for you, but it's taking longer than expected. Like I said, I don't have much power all on my own, but this isn't something I can make you deal with either. I should hopefully be able to pull some strings and let you into go to school soon. You purse your lips. Let me guess. You're going to put me in a school wherever I can get even closer to certain targets. You know me so well already. We know. Typical. Then again, this is their entire goal, so it hardly even faces you anymore. It would be nice if somehow you ended up in the same school as Izuku, but you doubt the system would honor you the request even if you ask. You'll just have to go along with whatever they have planned. You decided to go to the same park you hung out with Izuku the other day. There's a playground too, so you can do your chin-ups on one of the horizontal bars. It doesn't take long to get there, but unfortunately for you, the playground appears to be occupied, and not by kids. You almost wonder if the system is somehow making these people materialize at will. If not that, then you really are miraculously unlucky, because the least favorite of your targets is sitting at the bottom of the slide, with two other